Well. 105.3 The Fan is about to put Jerry Jones on the spot. And as I listen to Jerry Jones answer this question, it makes me wonder if the Cowboys may actually be stuck with Mike McCarthy. Let's talk, Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Let's talk facts. They're about to ask Jerry Jones a very pivotal question. Well, all of his endorsing of Mike McCarthy and Stephen Jones endorsing and Dak endorsing and other players endorsing and Troy Aikman even endorsing, Jimmy Johnson endorsing. I mean, you hear certain people all of a sudden, it's like there's a narrative after the Cowboys won 2 games. I wonder what it's going to sound like if they don't win any more games. But you've been hearing this rally cry for Mike McCarthy. And Jerry Jones even does it on this video. Well, they're about to ask Jerry Jones a pivotal question about the contract status of Mike McCarthy. Let's listen.
So, Jerry, you mentioned there are all these great qualities that you feel like Mike has and how great he is for Dak. What are you still evaluating then before giving him an extension?
Well, again, you're going to the inner parts of my mind this morning. I'm not so sure that I'm ready to go there, but there's no secrets in there. I'm just it'll have the benefit of a lot of years involved here doing this, both on and off the field, and doing it in other areas too. So to that end, that's probably a plus. Sometimes, like when I first got involved with the Cowboys, sometimes maybe you're better off not knowing what you're doing and just picking an instinct. That's why I got my old teammate Jimmy Johnson to come in. I was asked one time to be head of the committee to coach owners on how to hire coaches. And I was asked that because we'd had success my first 5 years. And I told the commissioner, I've run out of teammates. That's my criteria. And so now I need to be in the audience listening to how to do the coaching thing. So all kidding aside, I was very fortunate to have Jimmy Johnson and then behind him Barry Switzer. But, of course, I played with those guys and was comfortable with their how great coaches they are and were. So we were very fortunate.
The lack of an answer. The lack of an answer has me wondering now if the Cowboys are actually going to re-sign Mike McCarthy. And I'm starting to notice more and more, because I'm torn on this, because I keep saying, and I'm still going to say it, even though now I'm starting to have a few doubts, I'm still going to say I will not believe that Mike McCarthy is not the coach of this team until there's a press conference and he cleans out his desk. I still think there's a chance that Mike McCarthy is going to be the coach on this team. And the reason why I believe that there's a good chance, especially now, I think there's a very good chance that the Cowboys wind up keeping Mike McCarthy. And the reason being is that there are 2 dominoes that have fallen. And I don't know if they were ever truly considerations. But one of those considerations was Deion Sanders. But I never thought Deion Sanders was going to leave Colorado. I just think right now, Deion is doing exactly what he wants to do. Deion, he wants to coach young men, change their lives, change the lives of young women. He's doing so many things in Colorado with that program. And when Deion does leave, believe me, Deion is going to leave, because I got a feeling there is an NFL team that Deion Sanders is going to go to. And based on a video I saw just today or yesterday, I have already said who that team is. And now I even more think this is going to be the team that he's going to go to. But I'll save that for another video. But that domino of Deion Sanders has fallen. Now, we have another coach that has fallen. Another domino that has fallen. Bill Belichick. I'm still trying to comprehend the fact that Bill Belichick went to college. He went to college. I just don't see him as a college coach. North Carolina Tar Heels. And I think one of the reasons that Bill Belichick wound up going to North Carolina is the reality is, and no one wants to probably say it, I don't think anybody wanted Bill Belichick. We saw what he was before Brady. We saw what he was with Brady. And then we saw what he was after Brady. And I'm talking about as a head coach. As a position coach, a lot of success. But as a head coach, not so much without Brady. And so I think the fear maybe of some of those teams was the fact what he looked like after Brady. Number two, he comes with all of these stipulations, everything that he wants, everything you're going to have to change, everything you're going to have to do, which is understandable. And I think had he won without Tom Brady, the way Tom Brady won without him, I think had he won without Tom Brady, I think people would have been more susceptible or acceptable of his stipulations. But without Brady, he has no skins on the wall. And while I do believe that Bill Belichick is a part of that dynasty that they had, after watching Tom Brady go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and do what he did, probably going to put that at about 70-30 now. It was Tom Brady 70-30 because he hasn't looked the same since. But there is one last domino. And if this domino falls, I don't see anyone else out there in the coaching sphere. In the coaching sphere. I don't see anybody else that you would even say I'm going to replace Mike McCarthy with. If anything, you would maybe say we're keeping Mike McCarthy, but we're going to take away the play calling duties. If anything, that would be said. But the last coach, when you look at what Mike Fisher wrote on the Athlon or athlonsports.com, inside why the Cowboys' best fit next coach is Mike Vrabel. The next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys should be Belichickian, a taskmaster, drill sergeant style boss. Enter Mike Vrabel. Jerry Jones, are you listening? Now, a lot of people are saying that they believe, and I'm not going to be surprised either if the Cowboys extend Mike McCarthy. But what I also won't be surprised at is Jerry Jones do something that he did before. I will not be surprised if Jerry Jones brings Jason Witten, a young Jason Witten, on this team. Let him be the understudy of Mike McCarthy and make that clear to Mike McCarthy that's pretty much what he's doing. Let Jason Witten get his feet wet, or Jason Witten goes to another team, gets a year or two of experience on a 2-year extension with Mike McCarthy. And then after that extension is over, Jerry Jones brings in none other than Jason Witten. Because I think Jerry Jones has visions of grandeur in his head. When he looks at Dan Campbell and he knows that Jason Witten was a very tenacious, very gutty player like Dan Campbell with way more success, he's looking at Jason Witten saying he could be like Dan Campbell. We put the players around him, get him the coaches that he wants, and we can get back to maybe a Jimmy Johnson type of thing, because you think about what he said. He typically hires his friends. Mike McCarthy wasn't really Jerry Jones' friend. And I think Jerry Jones, once again, is looking for someone else that is a friend that he can entrust the franchise to. And who better to satisfy at least the appetite of some of the Dallas Cowboy fan base than Jason Witten? Mike Fisher writes, our reasoning. Under owner Jerry Jones, the Cowboys are quite a circus and they don't need another clown. Someone who commands respect and someone who believes in discipline and accountability would, in our opinion, fill a massive void. And now that Bill Belichick is pulling a Rodney Dangerfield and going back to school, North Carolina, one of his experienced disciples, Mike Vrabel, is rising high on our list. I really think he's the last. I think he's the last choice. I think if it's not Mike Vrabel, I don't see who else it could be. Vrabel played for Belichick in New England and in 2018 took over in Tennessee, where he led the Titans to 4 straight winning seasons and an AFC Championship game, but was fired last season after conflicting with then first-year GM Rand Carthon. And we're going to see about Rand Carthon because it's crazy to let go of Mike Vrabel, but he wanted to build the team the way that he wanted because this is what GMs do when they come in brand new. Would Vrabel work at the star? In terms of Dallas needing a tough guy disciplinarian, it makes sense. But what about in terms of what Vrabel wants? And I think this is going to be the problem as it pertains to Mike Vrabel, because I also believe that Mike Vrabel is high on other teams' list too. If I'm the Jets, why wouldn't I want Mike Vrabel? If I'm the Bears, why wouldn't I want Mike Vrabel? If I'm the Giants, and if I consider getting rid of Daboll, why wouldn't I want Mike Vrabel? I mean, New Orleans Saints, why wouldn't I want Mike Vrabel? I mean, there are so many teams that could use the services of a coach like Mike Vrabel. And so the issue becomes with the Dallas Cowboys, and I forgot the other domino. The other domino that fell was Ben Johnson. And we already saw he basically took himself out of the race when he started talking about organizational alignment and accountability. Ben Johnson was talking directly to the Cowboys, regardless of people saying it was also the Bears and the Carolina Panthers. None of them are in the public eye like the Dallas Cowboys. And so I really think that was speaking louder to the Cowboys. So that domino has failed. So the last of the 4 dominoes is Mike Vrabel. But the question is, will Mike Vrabel want to come to the Cowboys? Because if Vrabel comes to the Cowboys, I promise you, especially if he has options, he's going to want stipulations to come to the Cowboys. And I'm sure it'll be handling the football business. Stay out of the business. Stay out of the football business. You handle upstairs, I handle downstairs. He's probably going to want a similar type of empowerment like Jimmy Johnson. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Are the Dallas Cowboys stuck with Mike McCarthy? Or do you think there's a chance that the Dallas Cowboys may get Vrabel? That's going to do it for me. That'll be my time. If you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video. Let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.